The hidden battle begins. You were never told, never warned, but you were born into a war not of flesh and bullets, but of thoughts and frequencies. It's fought in your routines, your choices, your cravings, and the weapons, they don't look like weapons. One grows from the earth, the other is poured into a glass, but don't let their form fool you. One opens the soul, the other seals it shut. One whispers the truth, the other shouts distractions. You think you're making casual choices, just a puff, just a drink, but each choice echoes into unseen realms, realms where entities feed on your sleep, realms where your spiritual compass is the only shield. And now you must choose your side, because the war isn't out there, it's in you, and it's already begun. The forgotten power of the green key. Cannabis. Not the weed they joke about on TV, not the stoner meme. The real cannabis was once called the green key by ancient mystics. In India, sadhus believed it connected them to the god Shiva. In Egypt, it was woven into funerary rites to guide souls safely into the afterlife. The Mayans burned it in temples to soften the barrier between this world and the dream world. Celtic druids infused it into oils to trigger trance states and psychic visions. To them, it was never about getting high, it was about tuning in. But the key only works when the intention is pure. Sacred plants are listening, they know your frequency. If you come with fear, you meet fear. If you come to escape, you'll be shown what you're running from. But if you come in stillness, they might open the door. In a quiet room, no noise, no scrolling, barefoot on soil, breath slowed, smoke becomes a bridge. And on the other side, you meet yourself, the real you, the ancient you, the you that remembers. How the system hijacked the sacred. But they couldn't allow that. A substance that wakes you up, that dismantles illusion, that questions reality, number. So they turned the sacred into the silly, demonized it, made it illegal. Then when that failed, they packaged it in neon and sold it back to you without the soul. Now you get THC gummies with cartoon mascots, vape pens in bubblegum flavor. You get the chemical, but not the ceremony. The plant is still sacred, but your relationship with it has been hijacked. It's not the plant that changed, it's the spell you cast around it. Your couch becomes the temple, your breath becomes the chant, your silence becomes the portal. Use it as a crutch, and it will carry your numbness. Use it as a guide, and it will carry your spirit. The system wants you dulled, numbered, distracted, but cannabis, when sacred, will not let you hide. It will hold a mirror to your ego. It will unearth the roots you buried. It will show you your shadows, and only then, your stars. Alcohol, the alchemical inversion. Alcohol is not just a drink, it is an alchemical inversion. It is the turning of spirit into sludge. The word Al-Kuhl in Arabic referred to a body-consuming spirit. Ancient Sufi mystics warned of its pull. Babylonian priests used it cautiously, only in rituals of controlled surrender. Yet today, it flows at birthdays, funerals, and everything in between. You've been trained to see it as normal, but have you felt it? The way your thoughts fog, your instincts dull, your inner voice grows faint. That is not relaxation, that is spiritual anesthesia. When you drink, you silence your guide. Your higher self steps back, something else steps forward, and it wears your smile. It laughs with your voice, but it doesn't care about your soul's mission. You call it fun, but the ancients would call it possession, because when you lower your vibration, other vibrations enter, and not all of them are kind. Why they promote one and punish the other? Cannabis connects you to questions. Alcohol connects you to consumption. One raises vibration, one lowers it, one is feared by empires, one is handed out by them. Why do you think every billboard in your city celebrates alcohol, but none honor the plant? Because alcohol makes you forget, and forgetfulness is power for them. They want you buying, numbing, obeying. They don't want you meditating with a plant under moonlight. They don't want you decoding your dreams. They don't want your pineal gland activated. They want you drunk, bloated, and docile. Because that version of you won't ask why the world feels wrong. That version of you won't resist. But the other version, the one awakened by sacred plants, that version is dangerous. That version sees through veils. That version remembers Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt before the fall. And that version is who you were born to be. Two doors, one remembered, one forgotten. Imagine it now. Two doors. One is green, humming with sacred geometry. You step through and the world becomes quiet. Trees whisper your name. The sky pulses with memory. You aren't high. You're real. You're finally here. The other door is red, flickering. You step in and the music is loud. Faces blur. You laugh, but something inside is hollow. You forget where you parked. You forget what you were becoming, and when you wake up, the dream is gone. The spark is dimmed. This isn't morality. This is metaphysics, energy, frequency, and frequency determines your reality. Choose a high vibe path, and high vibe beings respond. Choose a low one, and shadows linger longer than the buzz. So what are you opening? What are you closing? What timeline are you stepping into with every sip, every puff? These aren't vices, they're rituals, and your soul feels the consequences, even if you don't. The final choice, remembrance or amnesia. They don't need chains, they've got brands. They don't need prisons, they've got pleasures. You scroll, you sip, you fade, and they win. Because forgetfulness is the easiest cage to live in and the hardest to escape. But cannabis, when used with the reverence it deserves, reminds you of your purpose, your power, your promise. It's not a plant, it's a relic, a time machine, a divine ally, but only if you treat it like one. So next time you light up, ask, what am I invoking? What realm am I entering? Next time you drink, ask, who benefits from my silence? Because this isn't about rules, it's about vibration, and vibration is the language of the universe. Every being, every timeline, every guide responds to it. When you're high in vibration, you're unshackled. When you're low, you're food. So choose your tools wisely. The war was never about drugs. It was about divinity, about your right to remember. And in a world designed to make you forget, remembering is the most dangerous thing you can do. The silent architecture of control. If you were designing a system to keep people obedient, would you need whips, number? You'd only need distraction. You'd flood them with options, drinks, screens, desires, and while they chase dopamine, you quietly rewrite reality. This is not theory, this is happening. And the tools they use to erase you, they're smiling at you from billboards and bottle caps. What they never wanted you to know. The pineal gland, the ancient seat of intuition, calcified by toxins, dulled by alcohol, unlocked by sacred plants. They knew this. The Egyptians depicted it as the Eye of Ra. The church hid it in plain sight. The Vatican's pinecone statue is no accident. And yet we laugh off third eye talk as hippie nonsense. That's how deep the programming runs. The truth is, your mind is a gateway, but only if you remember how to open it. The spirits are listening. Every time you consume something, something consumes you back. That's the forgotten law of reciprocity. In the shamanic traditions of the Amazon, each plant is a teacher, a being, a presence. You do not use it, you ask it, you prepare, you cleanse, you offer, and only then do you ingest. Compare that to today. We gorge, we chase highs, we forget. And the spirits, they're still watching, still waiting, still listening. You are the ritual. What if I told you the ritual isn't in a temple? It's in your daily choices. Lighting a joint, pouring a drink, opening your phone. Every act is an invocation. Every repetition is a spell. Are you casting spells of awakening, or are you chanting sleep into your soul? The magician isn't someone in robes. It's you. And the altar is your attention. Final words. The war for your spirit. This isn't about being sober or stoned. It's about being awake. It's about understanding that in every moment, you are shaping your vibration, your timeline, your destiny. Weed is not salvation. Alcohol is not damnation. They are choices, and your intention is the magic. Choose consciously, walk lightly, remember deeply, because in a world built to make you forget, remembrance is revolution. Until next time, keep questioning the silence. That's where the real answers hide.